We are live back at you for another exciting show regarding the fight between Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. This is our final Talkback session. Before we get started, please like, subscribe, share, because this is going to be a dynamic conversation, just a well-weighted conversation ready to happen. And we're going to have some video while we wait for everybody to go ahead and join. While we're doing that, like, follow, and share.
Yes. We got someone joining us. Who's that, Donnie?
It's the 402, baby. It's the 402, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out.
Okay. The 402 is on, okay.
Hey, has the smoke cleared yet? I know it's real quiet down there in Texas right now. I know. Look, y'all ain't doing nothing but getting up, going to work, and going right back home, looking depressed and looking at you, right?
Goodness. Look at
Say, man.
you. Don't start. Is there anyone else in the chat
What's
that
up,
want to join
Kendrick?
the
How you doing?
conversation? Just click the link and join in. We'd love to hear from you. That we all saw the fight on Saturday. Some of us are still recovering from it. Some of us are gloating.
Hey.
Hey, Donnie.
Yes, sir.
You was right, dog.
Look, I appreciate that.
We
Always,
still
man.
let people coming into the chat.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have so many conspiracy theories going on. Spence fans. Oh, he was high. He was drunk. Or he was. I said, boy, y'all just the better man just won. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
He said he also said that too, though. He said that.
He
I give him
did.
credit to that. He did say that the better man won. He beat me to my punch, and which he did. He punched in between his punches.
Indeed.
And made him count.
Bud came out ready though. Bud was ready.
Spence was too.
So listen, before we dive into
hold up, let me say this one thing. Hold on, Danya, to your little DM buddy, tell him don't stutter the next time he gotta explain what he was supposed to train and do and this and that. He's supposed to be the best trainer. He was supposed to make adjustments, and he said he couldn't make adjustments because he couldn't figure it out. So tell your friend, DJ, not EJ, read what's his name? Bo Mac. Read his book, The Art of Jab. Tell him I said that.
Yeah. That's what I was gonna touch on, right? Because the question
before we get into it, super producer, do we have the video?
Bobby had a question. What was your question, Bob?
No, I can wait. It can wait. Because I seek real answers.
How was the fish?
The fish was excellent.
Y'all going in and out. Make sure your internet is straight. Cause you going in and out.
We just was asking each other how the fish was.
Lord,
that's good.
They acting up already.
It's all right. It's all right. They deserve it.
Is Troy coming on today or?
No, chances are he's not.
He ain't gonna make it.
Matter of fact, let me call him.
Troy probably will not come on because he don't want to hear your harassment. That's probably what it is. Or maybe Troy is tired.
I kind of figured that, right?
Well, Donnie's gonna harass him. I just got a few questions.
Okay, so Kendra's going to have to hold it down for all of Texas.
I'm here for
it
all.
I am going to say, Dre is supposed to be coming on. James Bowser is supposed to be coming on. So I reached out to a lot of them.
We have another one from Texas. Amber's your brother calling in from Texas.
So I've been checking in.
Okay.
But before we got to pay, our sponsor. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I am Danya Craddock, the moderator for this evening, along with Donna Craddock, and we have Kendrick, who owns the boxing gym, our one of our business partners,
our wonderful neighbors,
our wonderful neighbor next door, who we do a lot with. They are excellent trainers. Again, this show is sponsored by the Doc Bookshop. Doc Bookshop is one of the largest African American full-service bookstore in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Donnie, don't interrupt me, please.
she got your script.
I know you was about to, we have a big affiliation with Omaha, Nebraska.
What's up? You ain't online?
Can you mute them? And so this is an informal show. This is like one of our special edition shows.
And we're just really doing a follow-up from this week.
One thing that I really like is why the Doc Bookshop jumped into this is because Terrance Bud Crawford always referred to this is for the books. This is history. When you write my story, when you tell my story, this is how I want my story to be told, in truth and honesty. But again, thank you everybody for tuning in. Please hit the subscribe button, to share this, because we have a lot more shows coming up. A lot of writers have reached out to us, boxers, the boxing community, because the bookstore, we are the ones that curate and hold these books that are written. If anybody looked at our previous live, we talked about the pound. We had the book, The Pound for Pound. Oh, I got all those books. The war. I don't have all my books.
We have to go get.
Okay.
Hey, Corey, how are you?
What's going on, everybody?
Okay, Corey, representing. Okay, before we jump before we jump right into it, I do want to acknowledge we have been going for the past week. We had a big fight week, and a lot of the gentlemen that are on here right now was doing commentary leading up to this big event between Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. And so we're just at the final kickback. We're going to let it all loose. We don't have a lot of authors here, so we're not going to refer to a lot of the books that we've been referring to. The War by Don Stradley, Bundini by Todd Crawford, how hip hop or how beatboxing and hip hop changed the fight game by Todd Crawford. So we've been covering a lot of the books, but today we're just going to have an old fashioned kickback, just kind of starting.
Very informal.
Yeah, I just want to start with Omaha. Some of the comments real quick. Spence did look a little different, yet he was ready. And like I told my homeboy, the best man won, period. Like I said, he told my uncle that he was going to win the 9th round. So before we get started, we're going to turn it over to Kendrick. He's the owner of REMG Talent Dream Performance. He has shows, boxing events throughout Fort Worth, and we're going to talk about his upcoming events at the end of this live. Donnie Parker, who is also on this live, has visited Dream Performance and talked a lot of smack in there, which is why we had to. So getting into it. So I think I'm just going to turn it over to the winning team. I think that is fair to let the winning team kick the conversation off.
You got to mention Corey.
And Corey, Corey's coming back.
Corey is Team Spence.
I'm letting my dog outside.
The Spence side, and he's still healing.
Okay.
You okay, Corey?
I always gave respect to Kendrick though.
Okay.
When I came in his gym, I always gave him respect.
Oh yeah. Much respect.
Okay. Go ahead, Donnie. We're gonna let you kick off trash though. We're gonna let you and Bobby Murray kick off the conversation about the conversation. Just lead us into this fight, the day of the fight, the energy around it. Just lead us into the fight. Introduce yourself and lead us into the fight.
How y'all doing? I'm Bobby Murray, B Murray, aka the GOAT. Stay out the way.
Okay, y'all.
Going up to the fight. Everybody had their own perspective. Everybody had their own, ideas of what, how it was going to play out, and had their own opinions about this, that, and the third. But listen, I just was seeking the answer to one of the questions we had on Thursday. I think Wednesday or Thursday when we talked, because the question brought to me was, if in that moment, who would Bud be able to lean to get the advice he needed in that moment? And I said, Bomac. So my question is, does anyone at this point disagree?
No.
Do I disagree?
Because I felt strongly in a sense that he never was given respect that he deserved and that he needed, and that he worked for and that he earned in this game. And I think that now at this point, that's what it needs to be, hands down, because he took a fighter somewhere that no other fighter has been. That in itself has to be not only commended but highly respected across the board. You know what I mean? So I don't think that nobody in Spence's camp is subpar. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just simply saying that Bomac deserved the respect. Period.
Sure.
Point blank.
Right.
He definitely deserves some acknowledgement.
Already.
I don't know about that whole trainer of the year thing. I don't know how that went or who was the judgment or if Bomac was even a part of that, but
Right.
he damn sure should have been runner up if he wasn't.
Yeah, no doubt. But it's always next year.
He gonna get it. He's next. If he don't get it, then that thing was biased to begin with.
Yeah.
Them things are made of boxing writers anyway.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
So,
like. Go ahead.
wait a minute, Bobby. Go ahead, Bobby.
I thought it was a good fight. I thought that it was an opportunity for everybody to see the true skill, the level, the versatility that Bud really possesses. I think that he was able to show every aspect of his game in that fight, and
That was almost better.
and I think that needs to be recognized on a different level as well.
Okay, for those that are just tuning into the conversation, thank you for tuning in out there. Thank you for everybody that's watching. We are getting a post commentary of the boxing fight, who kicked it off, and rightfully so. We let some of our supporters, viewers, and commentators from the Omaha, Nebraska area kick it off, but who are obviously Bud Crawford fan. Should I call him superstar Bud Crawford? And I think it is in order for us to really, before we dive deep into the conversation, there's a conversation. He has won. This is his third class, undisputed at 147, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 140.
Did I miss it? Huh? And 140.
140. I hooked him, bro. But he's actually
Won't you let everyone say hi?
Actually, when he was like 7, 8 around that area, he was wrestling. But he got slammed one day, and then it was like he jumped up, wanted to fight. And ever since then, he went upstairs to the boxing gym.
Right. So he has a long history. His father was a boxer. His grandfather
I
was a
was a boxer.
boxer. And they had a relationship in North Omaha with Bomac, who became his trainer. His father and Bomac used to
And
be
see,
boxers together. And so I thank you for giving me a little bit of history. I just
and
really
see, and
want.
see, Bomac used to fight welterweight, middleweight. You know, but as the years go, he just went to training and he just blew up. But he's a better trainer to me mentally. You know,
Now,
Eric James, he
okay,
might
thank
do
you for the
Eric
history.
James
We're
up
going to dive.
far
We're going to
as
go a little bit
mentally.
deeper. We're going to go a little bit deeper into the history. I want to bring in other people that are on the panel today with us. We have Corey on the panel. I believe Corey actually traveled out there too.
What happened to Donnie though?
That's okay. Corey actually traveled out there to Vegas to see the fight. He is a fan of
No,
boxing.
I was
Corey, you didn't
here.
make it out there? Huh?
No, I was at work. I watched it at work.
Okay.
So let's hear your commentary on it.
Well, here's my thing about it. Overall, I'm a I'm a I'm an energy filler. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he was really ready for the fight. It seemed like every question that was asked to him, he had a little stutter, a little slur, and that was part of if y'all had seen group text. I just got done watching this video. A doctor was doing I guess an observation of Errol Spence about his condition and why the doctor came in after the second round to make sure he was cool because due to his eye and I guess the retina surgery and the car accident, it messed up a part of him to where he doesn't have good lateral movement. So therefore, when every time he paid attention to the fight, when he tried to move laterally, he was off balance every time. And every time he went forward, it was when he got socked every single time. That last, what was that, ninth round, right before the referee stopped the fight, Bud swung on him 11 times and hit him 9. And
Facts.
every time he hit him, he kept moving forward.
I thought it was off.
Now, I'm not saying that I'm not a Spence fan or nothing like that, but I watch boxing and I'm an MMA. But the last 3 fights he had, he controlled the fight. He had no control after the bell was rang. Like first of all, man, who was the nigga that you brought out? That was a local rapper, your little cousin or something. Nobody knew who that nigga was. When Eminem came out with Blood, everybody knew China was. You know,
Who was that cat? Was that
you heard
Don't
the
know who
Greeks,
he was.
you heard the Greeks
a rap?
bubbling when you heard Eminem come out. You know, but as far as the fight go, I mean,
He said you heard the grease bubbling.
Man.
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, you
Okay,
see,
we're
he had,
Corey,
hold
hold
on,
that thought.
Corey.
We're gonna still
You
introduce our
see he
panel.
had his fishnet on it. You
Yeah,
see
I
that?
did. I was confused on the outfit at first, but then
He had
somebody
his
told me, I was like, oh, okay, it's a fishnet. I get it. Big
because I
fish.
told you,
Okay,
hey, look,
y'all being shy.
Okay, we gonna mute y'all and
Listen for
introduce the
Kendrick.
rest of the panel. Okay, we're gonna go from Kendrick to Jermaine Trotter, and then who's
Al.
Okay.
Yeah, Al was actually there in Vegas.
Okay, I got it mixed up with Corey. I knew Corey wasn't in there because Corey was on chats with me.
Okay, so Kendrick, what's your commentary?
Simply put, the better man won. That I mean, the class, like I said Thursday, I've always thought Bud was something special. I just felt, EJ was. I'm sticking with the hometown guy, no matter what.
Woo.
It is what it is. I'm Team Tech Fort Worth, Dallas, then Texas. But at the end of the day, he had answers for everything, and Spence didn't really.
Man.
And at the end, man, that jab, that jab was perfect. That's the only thing I can say, man. That jab was on point, and Spence couldn't adapt to it.
And we're going to introduce Jermaine on the try. Just give a brief introduction because we're going to go over technique and the different styles. Okay, Jermaine, just introduce yourself before we get started. We can hardly hear you.
Can y'all hear me? Jermaine Trotter. boss, and also owner of the platform Box 534, which is one of the owners of the platform Box 534, which is a boxing platform and podcast. And so, anyway, let's go. Let's round one.
Okay. And one more, we got Al. Al, I don't know if he has a camera or anything, but that's okay. Al, go ahead.
You gonna let Chuck give his commentary?
Oh, he said he just went around. He just introduced himself.
Hello.
Okay.
All right, I'm Al Morgan. I'm from Texas, and I was actually at the fight, and atmosphere was crazy.
Oh, I bet it was. Oh my gosh.
You had fans from both sides. So I remember when he first lost. Well, first after the knockdown in the 7th round, the third knockdown, I just started getting up and started walking because I'm like, oh man, my boy finna lose. I already knew what time it was. So I remember walking down the street. I'm just like, all Bud Crawford fans. Oh yeah, now, what they gotta say now? Everybody quiet. And I knew going into the fight, I knew that because I watched boxing, so I knew Bud wasn't a joke. But I also thought Spence was gonna be to overwhelm him with his punches like he always do, which I was wrong. And I also think the first mistake Spence made, I think that he should have had a tune-up fight, even though he say don't take tune-up fights.
Yeah.
Because I also was at his fight when he fought Ugas in April, and he stayed out past. They stayed out a year and what?
3 months.
Was a year? Yeah, a year and 3 months.
3 and 4 months.
I just figure like going in, he should have took a tune-up fight before you take on somebody like Bud.
Right.
Good point.
And Bud fought in December.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that because everybody says that now, but did they say that before? Because they see what Bud can do right now. Everybody knows what Bud can do. But I want to start in the energy that Jermaine said start. Let's go for round one. Let's look at the technique. What technique did you see, Kendrick? You're the boxing training guru.
Okay.
What was the technique that you seen displayed throughout the fight, throughout the 9 rounds?
Superior boxing on Crawford's behalf, really.
Yeah.
A good jab, good defense, footwork, angles. You know, he closing distance, creating distance. You know, false sense of distance. So, yeah, just superior boxing. Spence just wasn't able to adapt. That was the main thing. Not being able to adapt and not being able to get out of with a jab. I can't preach that enough. A good jab is, man, you can win a whole fight with just a jab, as everybody can see. You know, good punch placement. So just superior boxing is what happened.
Home team, Omaha, Nebraska. What do you think about the technique they used?
I honestly think it wasn't a technique. He just came forward with it. He never switched up. He never went to southpaw, which he does in every one of his fights. Takes him about maybe 4 or 5 rounds to fill the boxer out.
He did go southpaw.
What happened after the first round?
Yeah, I thought he did too.
Hey, see, that's what I was trying to explain to you, Trot. You don't understand the positions that he be in.
That was Trot that said that. Okay.
Who said he never went southpaw?
Never changed up. He was on go mode from get-go.
Right, but see, he was throwing punches at all ankles.
Okay, Donnie, go ahead and talk his technique. Donnie, go ahead.
If you paid attention to the fight, Bud was punching in between all of Spence punches. That's why he was able to hit him so much because he didn't know how to adapt because he only got that one style. Yeah. Bud is changing up from southpaw to orthodox all in the same flurry. But the jab will come out and that jab is strong and that's his right hand.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what was knocking him down. That's what knocked him down the first time. That right jab. Wow.
Round 3 knockdowns. It was a 1-2 combination jab. Every single one of them.
Yeah. And so let me ask you this, Trot. So your question to us was on Thursday, is Bud gonna be able to stand up and take the punches and the punishment that Spence is gonna start from round 1?
Right.
So do you feel as though he took his punches? Because I told you he's not gonna back up like Ugas did and put his gloves back up.
Well,
Nigga, I hit you, nigga. You in the ropes. You dead meat.
I'm gonna say this. Hats off to Bud Crawford. Never underestimated him. I always thought Bud Crawford. I mean, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford are the cream of the crop of boxing right now. I watch boxing. I'm a true diehard boxing fan. Been able to predict fights just based upon styles. I knew this fight was going to be complicated for anybody, for both of them. I thought it was anyway. However, I echo what the judge said earlier. So as far as the punch, I think here's my assessment. The student that does his homework passes the test. The student who don't fails. And I think in this situation, Bud Crawford did his homework on Errol Spence. Errol Spence failed to do his homework on Bud Crawford, as it showed. He did not have any adjustments. They didn't have any counters to adjust to Bud Crawford's style. Not to take anything away from Bud. Hats off to him. I think he's kind of a classic fighter. He has a classic kind of fighting style. He has angles, like Kendrick was saying. And I think that Spence, my whole assessment was finding out that Spence, a year and a half, to me, that was disrespectful to take a fight like Bud Crawford after being a year and a half off. You can't, you just can't. I don't fathom that. And then you're walking around at 54. The fact that you had the,
I wish I could post it.
You dumb yourself down to 147, and you got to drain yourself to get to 147. I mean, the energy from that fight from the jump, like my man said, from the walkout to the knockout, from the walkout to the knockout, the energy was off.
From the walkout to the knockout. From the walkout to the knockout.
From the walkout. All right, I need that on a t-shirt.
You know what you need on the t-shirt? You need a big old Nebraska with face behind it. That's what you need on.
I'm gonna say this. This is what I'm gonna say. Bud Crawford was the better man that night. I think that Errol Spence should have never taken that fight. I thought Errol Spence. I predicted a flash knockdown. I predicted that if Errol Spence overcommitted, that he would be the one on the tail end of a flash knockdown early in the fight. I said that on the panel. I said don't be surprised if we see a flash knockdown early in the fight, because Errol Spence is a straightforward fighter. He has one-dimensional. He has no change up, and he comes in the pressure. And
I still don't think anybody knew what Bud was truly capable of. In one of the interviews, he said to Errol Spence, I don't think you're going to know who's going to be in the ring with you. It's 3 people that's going to probably be in that ring with you. I think we're being reactive when we say, hey, he wasn't, he should have took a year and a half off. Nobody knew that. Everybody was saying, no, he's ready to go. He can fight that. He can do this. Nobody was mentioning the fact that he was not ready. He should have took a year in the back. Everybody thought he could tape him and shape him and break him down. Nobody was saying that. So that's another excuse.
No. That's not an excuse.
Hey, look, if he wasn't ready, he wouldn't have said that nigga name his last fight. He wouldn't have said, in my next fight, I want Terrance Crawford, and take that time off. You know what? He was training that much. That's how long he been training for this fight. But you don't understand. Bud been training to beat him up the way Bud beat him up, the way he beat him down.
Is that the true word? Beat him
Stop him on his feet.
Yeah.
Bud did his thing.
I'm using the way he beat, the way he been training him since 2010. I know how he wanted to beat him up since. What's that fish you throw back? What's the fish you throw back? The mullet.
Them drums. You throw
he made him like a mullet.
A mullet.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, throw that back. That's what he looked like.
The better man won.
At the press conference, he was the same way he been making the last 6 with their eyes and shit all puffy.
Hey,
how he look.
So I'm gonna say this right here.
Mullet. I'm gonna get a shirt with a mullet on it.
What are y'all thoughts on the Eminem ring walk? What are y'all thoughts on that?
That was the best
Epic.
thing he could have did.
Hello.
That was
What'd you say,
epic.
Corey?
That was
I
the
do
best
think.
thing he could have did.
I think it was
I do.
legendary.
Who the hell
Um,
did Who the hell did Earl Spence walk out with? Who was that?
Big X the
Some fat
plug. He a
ass
local
nigga in the
rapper.
family from Texas.
Who?
Yeah,
I'm a
he a
Texas
local
fan.
rapper from
Listen,
Dallas.
I
I,
listen to Texas music, bro. I'm a big Texas fan. I'm
I
a
got
whole
you.
Longhorns fan. Football. I'm a
Uh-huh.
Texas music nigga. I don't know who the fuck that was. Excuse my friend. I don't know who the hell that
Yeah,
was. That was his little
that's why the
cousin
crowd
coming
That's
up
Big
with a
wasn't.
X.
rap deal. His
Big
last
X.
fight, he brought out Trap Boy Freddy. The fight before that, you brought out Yellow Beezy. These is Dallas Beagle. I don't know who
Well,
that
no,
fat
no,
nigga
no.
was.
The fight for that he brought out a Big Tuck.
Yeah.
Big Tuck.
That
Oh
was
yeah,
Big
yeah,
Tuck.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
right. That's right. That's
it
right.
was
Big,
Southside the
These
realest.
are well-known rappers.
Yeah, true.
Bud
But the
reached out on
key is,
Twitter or
Well,
whatever.
yeah,
at
he
Shout
least
like
out
doing,
Arrow
he
was
like
Eminem
using
at
and
least
hometown
motherfuckers
Arrow
folks.
was
showed up
trying
Big
for
to
Tuck.
Freddy.
bring
Yeah,
attention
They
to
local though. He ain't.
hometown
That's
rappers.
what. That's
That's
the
what's
stuff that
That's
he.
popping.
You know what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
popping. That's what's popping.
But
I understand. I understand.
That's cool though.
I
Yeah.
understand.
yeah.
in the ball. I mean, he was introducing y'all to whoever
Yeah,
he
and
was.
he is really much about community, so I can understand him bringing out,
I
you
think it's
know,
dope that he bringing out local rappers though. You know what I'm saying? For real to give them
Yeah.
that exposure. I
A little
think it's
bit.
dope.
Well,
and I
I
think at
think
one
It's
point,
unfortunate
I
I
everybody
thought it was
think
that
remembers
nigga
who
finesse two
Frederick
I
times
is.
think
or
in
something
that
like that.
particular
yeah.
fight,
You
if he was
stupid.
The
gonna
dude that
bring
say
out
that
somebody from Texas, he should
it's
have
all
brought
right
out
when I do it.
maybe Bun B or
Man, sorry when
somebody
they do it.
big.
They get
You
mad
gonna
when I
get
do it.
yeah.
Eminem.
Now,
You
That's when
Corey,
I come
gotta,
on.
Corey,
Yeah,
I
Bun B
don't know.
was
You gotta
Is
Corey,
that
battle.
nigga?
You gotta battle the
Corey,
battle.
I
Kind of
agree
sort
with
of.
you on that, Corey. If he was gonna
Say
bring out
again.
somebody, I agree with you on that. If he was gonna bring out somebody that somebody know, or if somebody talk about who the man was, nobody's talking about who he is. Do you know?
No,
This was an
no,
undefeated
That was
fight for
definitely
both
That's
fighters.
the
underrated.
only
But you know
problem.
what? He should have
I
thought
like that he
them
used him.
cats
I thought
that
he
broke
had
made that song.
a big sound.
That's
I
who
Man,
he
hate
should have
the
walked
fact
out
that
to.
he talked
That
about
video.
Bo Mac's weight so much. They both talked about Bo Mac's weight so much, and then they had a hip hop
then
artist that. But I thought that was a bitter irony
yeah.
just to have, a big guy like that.
That
But
was certainly.
so
It
I
was.
we
think
actually, I don't know if y'all know, but we actually have a local song about that particular fight called Big Fish. Look it up on Apple Music.
It's
AK the
called what?
Mayor. Big Fish.
I
Big
think you went
Fish.
into
AK the Mayor.
It's another cat. What did I say the name of that group was?
I don't even remember.
It's another other cats. Guys got another song about Bud. But
The
no,
song
it's about
actually
Bud.
is nice though. It got a couple people on the song, but it basically
Yeah,
was a perfect song
that's
for the
fine.
fight. Other than Eminem coming out, sad
I
to
don't
say
know,
that he didn't
man.
have
okay,
a song
It's the old
perform,
baby.
but the fact that he
okay,
got out and came to support Bud and said his name, that was good enough for me. Eminem is one of my favorite
okay.
rappers,
And I
so
want to thank
I was
y'all
cool with that.
because we are talking about the walkout. The walkout is very important. Please, you guys that are just now tuning in, please subscribe to the channel below because we got a lot of more authors.
Subscribe, like, and share.
Yeah, we got a lot more authors that are really chomping at the bit. They're writers, they're authors. They have published books that's going to be coming to the platform because this is epic for a lot of people. This is changing.
So hold on, let me talk to Al. Al, is Al still there?
Oh yes, I'm here.
Al, I want you to just share. I'm just trying to just get there with the energy of it. So so how many people do you think was there? Like, if you had to put a number on it, how many people you think was in the building?
Ooh, I think it was pretty much. It was close to being sold out because like even when you it was
I
like
can't hear it.
people
What
up.
do you say?
I said it was almost sold out because you still had people that I was around still trying to buy tickets. They kept looking at tickets, and it was close to being sold out. So it was packed. So I don't know exactly how much it fit in that arena, but it was super packed.
So were you sitting close or were you real far back or what?
I was close up to the top because them tickets was even going to the section 200. They was like 2,000. Some of them was going for like $2,000. So it was expensive. But I noticed like if you waited like closer to the fights and the seats that was up top that wasn't sold already, some of them was going for like $200.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Was a
That's
lot of
it.
celebrities there?
Oh yes, I don't know if y'all seen a lot of stuff that happened backstage, like the Charlo twins, who's from Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Jamal got slapped by Caleb Plant, and then the
Was it
twins'
there? Was
wife.
it there? I thought it was. Did that happen there? I thought it
During
happened somewhere
weigh-ins.
else.
After
Yeah,
weigh-ins.
yeah, that was after weigh-in.
Yeah,
That was there.
Yeah.
that wasn't
Uh,
fight night, was it?
no,
No.
that was the night before.
Oh my God! Somebody, we're going into the Matrix. Who's going into the Matrix? That's a very important point right here.
And then
Who went to
they
the
two
Matrix?
wives. Oh, it was Jamal. He got slapped pretty hard.
Well, where was that? That was at the weigh-in.
That was at the
Because that
weigh-in.
wasn't at
After
the.
after the
Like
weigh-in.
in a garage or something.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like in the backstage, something like that.
Yeah.
So why did that come about? Why did that happen?
Well, I heard that Caleb Plant. Jamal touched Caleb Plant's face, but I don't know. I didn't see that video. I just saw the video where he slapped him.
It was some side talking going on, and they
Mm-hmm.
basically caught up with each other in a mutual spot, and
Yep.
just like a typical situation, two individuals that got something to say about each other.
Yep.
One man got slapped hard.
And did you
Yeah,
see
and
both
then
of their wives?
Yeah, and then I think the girls got into it too.
Yeah, they girls fought. Yep, they fought
Yeah.
too.
Ooh.
No, they were the ones that fought outside.
That
They
was an
fought
actual
Yes,
outside.
fight.
yes, that was outside.
Girl fight was an actual fight. Oh boy,
Yes.
Charles just got slapped hard.
Yep.
Wow.
The girls was an actual hair pulling and
Yeah, it's
couple
everything.
slam on the ground.
Somebody took them and flipped them on the ground. They must have been getting trained by their man because one of them went hard.
Oh my
For
God.
real.
Yep.
I said,
Yep.
That was a good little cat fight, a pre-cat fight for the
Well,
fight night.
Jamel tried to set that up a long time when him and his brother was on FaceTime. He said that his wife would beat up his wife. So I
Oh
guess it's been
wow.
steaming since then. Yeah, you can find that on YouTube. It was on Jamal's live,
Oh,
and that's
okay.
when
Wow.
Jamel jumped
That
in.
makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay,
it
before
basically
everybody
sound
goes,
like
because
a
I
whole
know
weekend
Kim,
and everybody run their mouth and the other person getting whooped
I
on.
want to describe.
Well, let's read James Craddock comment. He said the walkout with Eminem was dope. It was an anthem like Rocky.
Right.
All right.
I want to go back into the fight. I just want to jump back into the fight. I want to deal with these knockdowns. There was 3 of them. Can somebody do just a walkthrough of the knockdown? How it occurred? I want to go play by play the knockdown. Where did it come? What angle it want to come? I want to hear it. Come tell me the play by the first knockdown. How did it come?
The jab.
Off balance, reaching.
All
And the
three of them was a 1-2 jab.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Donnie Parker, what say you? Because he had a lot to say about that knockdown.
He on break.
Okay, did you see the first knockdown? What did you think about the first knockdown?
Look, all of it came off counters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He freed me. He let him coming in, and he just he just waiting on him.
Yeah.
That's it. He just waited on him. He just waited on him the whole fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I mean, he just sat there and waited and let him try to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Spence. I think he overdid that punch because when he coming back, he had his hands down. And Spence usually in most of his fights, if he's gonna pull back, he's gonna bring his glove up, and his hands was totally down. So I think it was too fast for him. That counter was too fast, and he couldn't react fast enough.
Yeah, I think that he overcommitted reaching for the body. I think Terrance Crawford described it best. What their game plan was. The game plan was take away his jab, and they knew that he would. Taking away his jab, they was going to make him commit to go elsewhere to the body. And when they went to the body, he overcommitted, reaching, ducking under. Terrance Crawford fought tall. Errol Spence fought small.
He did. That's true.
And when you crouch down, you're going to be setting yourself up for an uppercut or a hook. And and Kendrick, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
As a boxer, looking at the dynamic of what happened with the fight, not taking anything away from Crawford, but looking at Spence, do you think that Spence is a better fighter than what he actually displayed that night?
I honestly want to say yes. I truly believe he is. But on the flip side, it takes a special talent like Crawford to dissect what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
That Crawford was the only one that was able to bring out those
exposed
technical difficulties that was happening. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it, like I say, was his timing or just different things like that. Crawford is setting traps. Was able to bring those things out. You giving him, making him at the end of his punches, overextending, different things like that. So it's just a lot of the traps that Crawford was setting, and Spence was falling into them.
Go ahead and mute somebody.
And then it's like, shoot.
I'm gonna ask you this question: as a fighter, what kind of difference does it make?
Go ahead and mute somebody.
Fighter, at the weight, let's say they talking about going 154. How big of a difference, or how big of a difference will that make in a fight? A fighter that don't, I mean, I don't know what happened, what you got to do to be at 147.
In all honesty, it may be a stronger Spence at 154, 160. Man, the skill's gonna pay the bills, man. Yeah. And something happened in that fight that really brought to a lot of people's attention was just the skill level. There are some things that Spence has to go back to the drawing board, him and Derek, game plan, and be more competitive. But shoots, man.
Some of it is just a gift.
Yeah, some of it, some fighters just have your number. And in this sense, it seems as if, Crawford is the one that got Spence's number.
I agree.
That might be the case.
So do you think that a rematch, you will see a bigger difference? You think you'll see a better Spence with more time to prepare and at a different weight level?
You will see a better Spence, but you're going to see a better Crawford.
Would you see the same results?
Yeah, and just in all honesty, you will see a bigger, better, stronger Spence. But Crawford, I mean, yeah, Spence gonna bring out another level of Crawford at the end of the day.
Crawford fought that perfect.
Yeah, he did, and you really can't take nothing away from him. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree, and that's why I was trying to see. I know everybody been speculating about 147, 154, 7 pounds. To me, almost. It's a difference, but how much of it is it a boxing difference?
Well, it's not the sense. It's not the sense of it being just 7 pounds. It's more so of the preparation, not having to drain down as much.
Do you think?
Where you carry it at?
Yeah, it's where you carry it at and how you carry it and how you operate. Because in all honesty, shoot, Floyd never weighed 154, but he was just gifted enough, knowledgeable enough to know.
Actually, your walk around weight is different than what you're gonna train for.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So Floyd he fluctuated between 165 to 147. He fluctuated just like all of them do. Yeah. But the thing is, either way, you might not have to lose that extra 7 pounds, but you're still gonna have to lose some pounds.
You still gotta lose something. Yeah.
So you gotta lose something. Regardless, you're gonna either have to get in the box. Either you have to get in boxing shape, or you're gonna have to just get in shape. Period.
Well, listen, I just got a question. If I can ask one question,
this one,
because the question was posed before that who has Bud fought, and so. I guess my question would be, who's left?
Oh well, we got one left. Keith Thurman came online just yesterday morning.
Oh yeah.
Or was that this morning? He came online. Keith Thurman came online. He's telling He sent a message to Bud, said my face wouldn't look like that. I said, okay. So
I think that was yesterday.
I think it was yesterday. It could have been yesterday, but he came online.
Hey,
Donnie.
Donnie.
Don't want those problems, man.
Hey,
He was just talking. He's a blue anyway.
Yeah. In all honesty, his face probably wouldn't look like that because I don't think he would actually last that long.
Keith Thurman's face would look worse because he's light-skinned. He put color on it.
I think Bud getting with a body shot.
Yeah, because Keith Thurman weak to the body.
That boy's face was red after the first round. How many?
I do want to bring that
again. I have to ask this question, and I have to sound racist. How many colors have you seen outside niggas, not inside house niggas, outside field niggas, face turn red? That boy's face was red for 7 to 8 rounds.
Yep.
And that's what I like James Craddock's response. James Craddock response.
He got Indian in his family.
I was told he got Indian in.
James Craddock, his response, everybody was surprised that in the second round, that knockdown came so fast. If we go,
I wasn't surprised.
He pushed him back, and I don't think anybody's checked in on the power in which he pushed the man back. You know, he can't. I mean, good God, I was like, he was trying to push up on it. I don't know the technical words.
Yeah. What's the name of the damn faces again?
So I want to ask.
Look at what's going on the screen. Look at it.
Right. Since you spoke on the power, and I know everybody saw the speed, everybody saw the footwork. So my question is
accuracy.
What would you who has an opinion on what Bud would be like at 154?
No, I don't know who all fights at that weight at 150 or 154, but Bud walk around like we said, he's close to 170 walk around. So at 154, he ain't that bad. He's probably gonna be worse. He already punches hard. So you put that mass weight, the couple pounds with that power.
I mean,
he's gonna fuck somebody up.
Oh my God!
He wants
to speed it up, or is that the actual speed?
No, that boy fast. Like, listen, the angles they were showing on the TV versus people that was there live. It's hard to give you a real justification of the punches because
like an Omaha nigga
only showed you the best way.
Yep.
Right.
He beat him down like
slow motion. You would have
niggas
missed
on
punches.
He beat him down like it's on site. When I see you, it's on site.
Yeah, that's exactly how he beat him.
Yes.
But there you go, right there. Yeah, we caught this nigga.
Okay, there DJ Rick James.
Man,
he said at 154 new muscle.
154. He's saying it's new muscle for
154 new muscle.
Oh.
Crawford will still do good though. 154.
Yeah, skills pay the bills.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, y'all. Everyone give their closing remarks.
Oh, we got some terrain. You go ahead and go. We got one more terrain to cover here. Yeah, you got you
know. Remember, he had his.
We're about that smoke, man.
Okay.
How much terrain do you have?
We're about that smoke.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Because I'm finna slide anyway. But big up, big up to Texas
and everything on sale. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, everybody got a fish sandwich that's on sale. I like ketchup with my fish sticks.
Hey man, before I get off, Donnie, y'all.
That's McDonald's promotion. We got Spence fish.
Hey,
down in Texas.
Hey Donnie. You and Bobby.
That's listen to Kendrick.
Donnie.
Yeah, it's
Bobby. I just want y'all to know, man, it's much respect. Y'all, I get y'all props. And I look forward to a rematch.
Man.
Already.
Don't even hear on a rematch, man. They're talking about rematch in December. It's gonna be right before Christmas. You don't want that for Christmas now.
Now is that in the contract that they have to do it by December? Is that
That's
No.
what
No, that's just the date they have.
But
Before the end of the year.
Hey,
he said
look,
he wanted a rematch and he wanted it before the end of the year.
Yeah.
he
So December.
He's still
already
December
balling
where he
out
was
talking
in the
about
ring.
can we do it at 154? You little sissy.
Yeah.
Do it at 147 and defend your shit. You little
And
sissy.
get your belt back.
I don't care what
Yeah,
weight you do it
man.
at.
Get at 147. I'm just saying though, if us here in
T-Mac,
Omaha,
you really want to see that
nigga, you hit
again?
me. Nigga.
Yeah, do you
No.
really want to see that? Take us
You
off
hit
screen.
me.
And guess what?
Nigga, I need to hit you back
Right now.
right now, nigga.
Right
We can
now.
do it next month.
No.
But look,
Man,
he's not about that smoke. We're about that smoke out here.
Hey, much
And
respect, Texas. Big up.
no, Texas
big
talk
up, Texas.
about that.
Do you have that link I sent you? You don't have the link I sent you? I wish I could pull it up on my phone because that's a telltale.
Hey, shout out to Bud.
Y'all got three excuses. Y'all got excuses for the Cowboys, the Mavericks, now Arrow.
Always.
Y'all got
The
excuses for every goddamn.
You
When I said
stupid.
the text, not the
For
trifecta.
the Cowboys,
They ain't got
the
nothing good
Mavericks,
coming right
and
now.
now
Only
Arrow.
thing is
That's
popping
the
is
reason.
Texas
Hey,
with the Astros.
Hold on, man.
the
Hold
Yeah,
on,
you know, I
man.
like
best thing
T-Mac.
going
Okay,
on
let me
here
get y'all back. Let me get y'all back in order. Okay.
What we ain't gonna do is talk about them boys, though, all right?
Fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Huh?
And I used
Cowboys
to
ain't
look at
got
that.
nothing to do about.
You gonna catch this dick
We'll
on
do
that.
that now.
Bobby,
I ain't worried
well,
about the Cowboys.
Bobby, what we will say
What
is
pro team
they
we
kind
got?
of they kind of made a
Hood
prediction on
niggas.
themselves because they lined up their playing season with Spence's win. So that's kind of a challenge. That kind of put a dark cloud over our Cowboys. We didn't do it. They did it because even Michael Irvin, I wish we could pull up that clip. Everybody's hear what Michael Irvin said. Did y'all see what Michael Irvin said? That, you know, he Cowboy, he Dallas down, he representing everything. So, you know, there's so much territory we can go, and we'll probably continue to go. I'm sure Donnie will call me and try to do something on Thursday, and we can rock that out. If he still want to rock it out, I still got him, and so I do want to close out with some
You
books.
don't want no weed on there.
Hey, look, Trot, you showed like a Husker.
Okay, go ahead and provide your closing thoughts. And I really love what T Knight got to say. Do we really want to see this again? Please just let it go, Charlo.
And James Craddock just says, you know what? Move on.
Hey, you know what though? Let me tell you this. As much as I say, and I agree that it was a must. I mean, of course, I did not expect the domination that Crawford had would put on Spence. But I will say this: I warned you just to see how good of a trainer and how good of a Derek James is, because now I had to question his training ability based upon his lack of being able to adjust.
It ain't nothing.
So my thing was,
he talking good.
Why didn't the adjustments take place? You know what? They didn't have any answers for it. So,
and I do want to say back to Bobby's point. Back to Bobby's point. Bobby did ask the question because the guy that asked Bobby that question, well, who did he fight? And now James Bowles has just timed me. I know we're getting ready to close out. James Bowles is the one that asked Bobby that question, well, who did he fight? And you had already provided a response was, who is there left to fight at this particular time? He's it. That's it.
Nobody.
Keep Thurman.
Okay.
Get his little crybaby ass after that.
All I gotta say is I don't think Spence needs to take this rematch. I think he needs to go on and move to 154 and start his new era there. I wouldn't even go back into the rematch.
But if he goes to 154, he's gonna have a rematch anyway. He's gonna have to fight Bud in the 154 because Bud is going up to 154.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be.
He don't want.
He still don't need to fight him though. I wouldn't fight him next. That wouldn't be my next fight. Not after that total domination.
That nigga went from raw store to goddamn punk. That nigga might be on.
No.
I would be very.
Yeah.
If he took a rematch.
You saw because Teddy Riley put a post up there. He was down right up under him. I said, "Oh, I didn't see that angle." And at that angle, it was like I was. I even see the sweat, the water pop off.
I'm a big fan of Teddy.
Oh man.
I love some Teddy.
Oh man. Okay.
Terrance Crawford made a believer out of me when he fought this dude named Felix Diaz. When he fought him
Yeah.
at 135. That's when I knew Terrance was
Yeah.
something special. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Work.
Shout out,
I
shout
just
out
say
to
Spence
Crawford.
don't fight on rematch.
Terrance Crawford, he's a very upstanding athlete, and I
Yeah,
commend him and say he's one of the.
Are you still talking?
yeah. Oh no, I already said I just don't think Spence need to take that rematch, and hats off to Crawford
Okay.
Yeah.
because he earned
All
all
right.
of that.
All right, Corey. What's your closing remarks?
My closing remarks. Omaha, stand up. We got it done. What the Ghostbusters say? We came, we saw, and we kicked that ass.
That ain't
No
what they said.
rematch needed.
Nah.
All right, Corey.
Well,
All right.
that's what I'm gonna say.
We hear you. We hear
And
you.
hold on, one more comment. For anybody in Texas, don't you ever talk shit about saying ain't no nigga from Nebraska can't whip no Texas nigga ass.
Lord,
I
that was
refuse to
awful.
hear that shit. And
Okay,
another
now.
thing, if you got a relative, you better shut them up because we're gonna kick your brother ass for you talking shit.
Oh my God. Okay. Cool.
Who, Trey, do you want to go behind that with your closing remarks, or you want me to pass the mic?
No, I go behind that.
I'm good.
I'm gonna say this. I think that Crawford came in and he did what he's supposed to do, and I think that Errol Spence didn't. I think Crawford prepared. Errol Spence didn't. I think that
True.
He did prepare.
Crawford was a better fighter.
He did
Crawford
prepare.
was a fighter.
What you mean?
3-4 fighter, and I ain't gonna lie. I would like to see a rematch just to see what the difference would be at 154 and with Errol Spence having more time to go back to the board and see if he can go back to the drawing board and come back different. I would like to see what kind of adjustments he would make and see what that fight would look like, contrary to what everybody else is saying.
2 years.
I just think that that's where just as a fighter, you got to come back from. You got to want to redeem.
Yeah, I think everybody in Texas want to see him redeem himself, and I think it'll help a lot of you guys out
I
in
don't.
terms of seeing something emotionally,
I
dealing with
wonder
this
how
emotion.
I wonder how it's gonna be when I come back down to Texas and I got on all my Nebraska shit. Niggas gonna
Oh, okay. Who else we did have with closing remarks? We go Omaha. Go ahead and do your closing remarks on a clean note. Omaha team.
I think clean.
I'm gonna just close by saying big up to Bo Mac, big up to Bud. Congratulations. You know what I mean? Stand up, Northside, Omaha. Respect, due. Huh?
It's the 402, baby. But this all I'm gonna say. It's the 402, and we get it in out here, and we all about that smoke. I enjoyed that fight. I enjoyed my Texas guys too. I still fuck with y'all. You know what I'm talking about? Try you still my nigga.
It's
We
still
used to talk every
Texas on
morning. I
our
used to talk
end. I
all this
love
shit.
y'all.
I
Hey,
already
It's
know,
all
and I
about
rock
that
with
north
that.
side.
But when I come back through, it's still gonna be 402. But like when I come in your gym, Kendrick ain't even here no more. But try when we hang out or whatever. I enjoy
Okay.
it.
Wherever
All right.
sir. And
It's the 402, baby.
My closeout is Nebraska. Really, the energy from the parade that morning. We didn't really talk about it. Omaha had this explosive energy.
Native Omaha Day.
It was Native Omaha Day, and it
Sir,
was
sir,
such
sir.
explosive energy. A 3-hour parade that just was awesome. There's a lot of celebrities that came out. Mr. Beasley, they gave, honored him because he transitioned this year. Just a whole bunch of people that were out there in the city, and it was beautiful all the way up until everybody was having their fight parties, which was truly amazing. All the fight party that was going on, and I think up until 4 o'clock that morning, Donnie would agree that people were outside just happy, celebrating. The streets was lined up, food vendors all over the place. It was just amazing, and I think that just you know, is a tribute to how much people really cared for Bud and respect him in the community. I was able to go to the gym. It's just a lot of respect, and it's respect that somebody that has continually poured into that community. Every time he got on stage, he was talking about his community, people that he's fighting for. Both of the fighters, both of the boxers did that. You know,
both
really,
of them are community.
both of them said they were putting it on for their city. Unfortunately, it's one that right. It has to be a winner, but they fought hard. They fought hard for the people that support them, and I was truly impressed with Bud at the press. Even though he went off on some folks, I was truly impressed how he said before they really rattled him, families, we have to stop fighting each other. You know, we have to stand up, and we have to respect each other. So right at the press conference, he was trying to discipline people, respect people. He's going to have a book that covers so many different subject matters. As many books as I have here about boxing, I think Bud, everybody's going to be able to write another book on different angle on Bud, a different angle on Earl. So again, some of our books here, I'm wrapped up. And if you can come in, we got discounts for the books. And those that have made, I did get some. Donnie, is Donnie still there? I really had to say this. Donnie, I really had to say this. Donnie, I did win. Can he hear me? Yeah, I did win. Can you unmute him? And we are sending those funds. We are getting those books to your athletes for when you travel. So the little bit of money I did get, I am going to give books for your athletes to travel when they read. I'm always big on athletes because they have downtime to curate some books to put in their bags while they travel. So one of the people that's been watching these lives gave me some of my winnings, and I said I was going to donate books to the gym for your athletes.
Okay, well, wonderful. Well, this has been a very interesting conversation, Danya.
What do you say?
Thank you.
What do you say?
And I appreciate that, sis. I listen. I really appreciate that, sis. But listen, let me say one thing before I comment on what you said. I want you look right over Dada's left shoulder where the tree is at. Right there, you should put that Nebraska in.
Oh, I forgot about that. We gonna do it.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, me and you made that bet, right? When they come into that store, they're gonna understand where it all originated from, your mind frame and your everything, where you come from. Mm-hmm. I want that Nebraska in right there. You think we should put the Bud picture behind it? Yes. We might should have to put our matter of fact, I give you our emblem. We'll put a Bud emblem up in there. We do a big poster and shit. Hey, sis, I love y'all. And look, okay, now back on the note. Let's go in the room. That room that was next to the office that we was in. That's what that's the kids.
We're going to do it. And if anybody out there owe me for my winnies, let me know. Cash at me, because I'm going to just take that money and buy books to send, because I'm all about books, and Bud is all about books, as I hear, because he's going to be written in books. I want to take that money and give books for your people. So I got to wrap up. My super book producer is shutting me down, so we're going to do this again. We might do a post show on IG. I'll let you know. How about that? But thanks a lot, and I will talk to you guys later. Thanks for
live, love, and read.
Live, love, and read. Thank you.